Hello and welcome. This is the first lesson, lesson number 1 from a unit. You might be able to read that says party time. It's a unit, the whole unit is about fractions, decimals and those sort of related skills. I'll mention that in today's lesson will be our key words will be fraction, number, picture and add or plussing. I'd like to acknowledge that the filming of this video, my school and the majority of the students accessing this video are on Kulin lands, and I want to acknowledge the elders of those groups past, present and emerging. In today's video we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to do a warm-up to get our brains ready for the task and thinking along these lines today, and then I'm going to describe the tasks so that you've got an understanding of how to do them and get into them. Okay, so first is a warm-up. The warm-up goes like this. Which of these two fractions, and I'll colour them in with a different colour, 6 out of 6 or 6/6, which of these two fractions is bigger? Which of these two fractions is bigger? And I'll stress that with the warm-up, it's more about getting our brain thinking along the right lines. The answer isn't the most important part. It's more just getting us activating some of those parts of our brain that we're going to use later in the lesson. So I'll only just mention the correct answer with this one. The bigger fraction is 6/6. If you would like a challenge to extend the warm-up, then you could pause the video and try to add these two fractions together. Either with a picture, you could add the two pictures together, or you could even try to add the two numbers together. So pause the video. If you want a challenge, pause the video and have a go at that. Otherwise, we'll keep moving. Okay, so today your options for the tasks, I've got 3 options here, and I'll say with these options, it's important that you try to listen carefully and pick the option that suits you best, that's not too difficult that it's overwhelming, and that it's not too easy that you are bored or not stimulated. What you want to do is pick the option that's right in that just right level, in that sweet spot where you're learning and you're being challenged, but you feel like you can do it. And you'll know which one to pick after I've described them. So, the first one, the first option, you're going to match pictures of fractions to the number version of fractions. So, just like I've got over on the right here, this is what I would call a picture version of a fraction, and this is the number version of a fraction. So you would match those two together. Many pictures and fractions or number versions will be mixed up, and you'll have to pick the appropriate one and match them to each other. So that's the 1-star task. The 2-star task, you'll add the fractions together using pictures. So, you might be given 2 pictures, maybe let's say 1/4 and 1/2, 1/2, and you'll be given both the picture and the number version of the fraction, and you'll have to add them together. We can see here with this picture that we might get some sort of shape like this, where you might be able to see that 1/4 is over here and 1/2 is over here. So that would be a picture version of adding those two things together. And in time, you might be able to see that one way of to describe this would be 1, 2, 3/4. But whether you can do that part isn't the most important at this level, because here you're adding fractions together using the pictures. So the drawing is the most important part. At the 3-star task, you are going to add fractions together without the help of pictures. So if this part looked easy, or you've got some experience adding fractions together already, I suggest you head to this 3-star task, where you'll just be taking the numbers. Let's say, well, that texter doesn't work as well. Try to redraw that. 1/6 plus 1/3, and you would try to add those together. But I won't go into that too far in my warm-up. I will mention that if you finish this task where you're adding fractions, there is a sort of 4-star task where you're subtracting fractions, but that's for down the track. I believe that's all from this video. So I think we'll wrap it up there. Cheers.